Get ready for the smackdown. Get ready for the smackdown. How you gonna react when you're put on your back now? 'Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the smackdown.
Alright guys, back again. This fight right here, once again, this one comes from me, actually. Because I actually like this. I thought this was really cool to see. So, let me show you who we're talking about here. Talking about Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, versus Mr. Quentin Beck, Mysterio. Yeah, so I thought it'd be cool to put these two together. I thought it'd be really fun. So let's kick it off with Barbara Gordon. I think we all love Batgirl. I think somewhere in our heads we always have a fondness for Batgirl. And I love all the Batgirls. I don't hate any of the Batgirls. I love them all. And of course we all know the first being, well, the second I really should say being Barbara Gordon, the Commissioner Gordon's daughter. And with Barbara, it was actually kind of funny because originally, before the 52, she got into her crime fighting career pretty much. She just was at a costume party and she dressed up as Batman in a sense, and she witnessed pretty much Killer Moth trying to kidnap Bruce Wayne, and pretty much she prevented it. She didn't even really realize it, and that pretty much kind of was the beginning of her trend of being Batgirl. And we've seen a lot of history between Barbara Gordon and a lot of tragic stuff that's happened to her. The Killing Joke, of course, her getting shot and losing the ability to walk, and she had to stop being Batgirl and she became Oracle, while someone else took over the legacy of Batgirl, which was great. But as Batgirl, but now in the 52 she's Batgirl once again. But as being part of the Bat family, you would pretty much recognize one thing about pretty much all the Bat family members. They are all highly skilled martial artists, and that's pretty much the same thing with Barbara. She's very highly skilled at martial arts. She's a pretty damn good detective as well. That's something that also goes hand in hand with the Bat family, in a sense. Not all of them, but most of them. She is very intelligent. I think her level of intelligence is genius level. And she's a superb computer hacker as well. She can, as well as just computer tech savvy, but her hacking abilities is great. And I believe Barbara has photographic memory, so she can remember pretty much anything off the fly. But Barbara is just a really cool character. The martial arts skills, the detective skills, the computer genius level skills, you name it. She's one tough cookie, and she's just a full circle character that I love. Sure, I loved her more as I really wish they'd have kept her Oracle, because that just showcased her character even more. But what do I know? I'm just a fan. But she's a great character nonetheless. So we move on to her combatant in this, and we move on to, he's probably one of the famous Rogues Gallery members of the Spider-Man Rogues, and we're talking about Mr. Quentin Beck, Mysterio, Master of Illusions. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I first started reading Spider-Man comics and finally got to see who Mysterio was, I laughed at him. I'm like, dude's got a fishbowl for a head. Like, this is too funny not to laugh at. But then I realized that, this guy's a formidable foe for Spider-Man. He, so much so that his arts of illusion have he has been able to. He's a formidable foe, and it's so much as that. Not only has he just been a Spider-Man, I mean, he has gone into the likes of Daredevil. Hell, he even caused. I'm not even gonna get into all that too much, but Mysterio Quentin Beck, pretty much started out just as, he was an expert in designing special effects, and illusions and stuff like that. He was an amateur chemist. He wasn't really good, but I think a lot of people also forget that he's also has a good stellar hand-to-hand combat knowledge as well. But unfortunately, all those didn't really help him as much in the field of the film industry, and I think, if I remember correctly, one of the biggest things that kind of pretty much became his trait of becoming Mysterio was, I believe it was one day a colleague or so joked that the easiest way to become famous was to take out a costume hero or something like that. I think it was something like that, and pretty much that's where Mysterio was born. But besides that, pretty much his origin of where he was born, how he became who he is, Mysterio has no powers. We all should know that. He has no powers, but he's an accomplished illusionist, stuntman, you name it. His highly advanced technology, illusion technology is so skilled, like it can fool some of the greatest. And there are times I've seen where even Spidey at times couldn't tell if it was real or not, because at one point I remember he used illusionist gas on Spider-Man, and the gas was really like numbifying Spider-Man's spider sense at one point, so Spidey couldn't tell if this was real or not. But Mysterio is just a guy, you don't judge him on appearance. That's the one thing I'd say. Don't judge him on appearance, because that's where you will be sadly mistaken. You will underestimate this guy, and that's how you're beaten from him. But that's a little bit about Mysterio, guys. So we move on to the battle breakdown. A gender war fight, in a sense. A gender fight. Female versus male, in a sense. This is gonna be fun, because Barbara's gonna really... Has Barbara faced anyone like Mysterio? Yes, she has. But I would say she's also faced somebody with the advanced technology like Mysterio as well. Has Mysterio faced somebody like Barbara? Yeah. So these two have crossed paths with counterparts of themselves, of each other, their opponents. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Barbara is able to react to the illusions, how Mysterio is able to overcome Barbara's wit and intelligence and everything like that. That's gonna play a lot of factor. But despite as much as I do like Mysterio, I don't hate old fishbowl head, but I still think in an all-out end-all be-all battle, whether it's wits, combat, hand-to-hand combat, you name it, I have to give it to Barbara. Giving it to old Babs. I think Babs would be able to overcome the odds of Mysterio's illusions and be able to take him down. That's just my opinion on the subject, guys. I feel that Barbara will be able to take Mysterio down. Not kill him, but take him down, lock him up, call it a night. It's just me. But I leave it up to you guys. Batgirl from DC Comics or Mysterio from Marvel Comics? I hope you guys enjoyed this fight. I'll be back with some more for you guys, as always, to entertain you guys, to entertain my fellow geeks. And I'll see you soon. You guys know the slogan. Battle on.